It was one of those slow, quiet school days where nothing interesting ever seems to happen. The classroom was almost silent except for the occasional scratching of pencils and the hum of the lights above. I was sitting in the back, pretending to do my work but mostly just staring at the clock, waiting for the period to end. That's when I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. At first I ignored it. Teachers were strict about phones and I didn't feel like getting mine taken away. But it kept buzzing, not like a normal notification, more like a call. After a few seconds, curiosity got the better of me. I slowly slid my phone out under the desk and glanced at the screen. Unknown caller. That already felt a little weird. I don't usually get calls like that, especially during school. I hesitated for a second, then answered it, holding the phone close so no one would notice. I didn't say anything at first, I just listened. All I heard was breathing. Not normal breathing either. It was slow, heavy, like someone was right up against the phone. My stomach dropped instantly. I pulled the phone away and checked the screen to make sure the call was real. It was still going. "Hello," I whispered. The breathing stopped. For a moment there was nothing, just silence. Then, very quietly, almost like it was right next to my ear, a voice whispered my name. I froze. My heart started pounding so loud I was convinced the people around me could hear it. I didn't even respond. I just hung up immediately and stared at my phone, trying to process what just happened. Okay, that was weird, I thought. Probably just some prank or spam call. I opened my recent calls to block the number, but when I looked at it, my chest tightened. It was my number. Not just similar, exactly the same. Same digits, same contact. It literally showed that I had just received a call from myself. I sat there staring at it, trying to come up with any logical explanation. Maybe it was a glitch, maybe some kind of spoofing app. Stuff like that exists, right? Still, it didn't explain how the voice knew my name. Before I could think any further, my phone vibrated again. Same thing. Unknown caller. I didn't move this time. I just stared at the screen as it lit up in my hands. My thumb hovered over the answer button, but something in my gut told me not to touch it. The ringing felt louder this time, even though it was. It dragged on longer than normal, like it wanted me to pick up. Finally, it stopped. I let out a breath I didn't even realize I was holding. I was about to put my phone away when it buzzed again. This time, it was a text message. From the same number. My number. My hands felt shaky as I opened it. It was just one sentence. Stop looking around. I immediately looked up without thinking. And that's when I noticed him. Across the room, near the window, there was this kid who barely ever spoke. I don't even think I had ever heard his voice before. He was always quiet, always kept to himself. And he was staring directly at me. Not just casually looking, staring completely still. Then he smiled. It wasn't a normal smile either. It was slow, deliberate, like he had been waiting for this moment, like he knew exactly what was happening. I quickly looked away, my heart racing even faster now. Nope, I thought, no way, this is too weird. I grabbed my stuff as quietly as I could, trying not to draw attention, and raised my hand to ask to go to the bathroom. The teacher nodded, barely even looking up. I didn't walk out. I rushed out. The second I got into the hallway, I felt like I could finally breathe again. I leaned against the wall, staring at my phone, half expecting it to ring again. It didn't. But I still didn't go back to class. And the strangest part. When I checked my phone later that day, the call from my number and the text message were completely gone. Like it never happened.